Let's make some comfort food, raviolis and perfect bread. Just shred up your cheeses and mix all those flavors together and let them sit while you're preparing the ravioli. I've got a mix of ricotta, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella, eggs, salt, pepper, and parsley. We'll mix this up and we'll put it in the fridge and let it set for a while, and we'll get to making the dough for our raviolis. Look how easy that is. It's got a great creamy texture. And while that was going, I had some bread in the oven. So nothing like bread with pasta, right? Okay, we're going to sift our flour first and get it all into the mixer. We'll add our eggs, our salt, there we go, and some olive oil. And mix it up until it's combined, and then we'll put our hook on and create a ball, which we're going to knead by hand after that's all done. It doesn't take long to come together. If it's a little dry, we add some water to it. Okay, I've got my dough ready. It sat for a half hour in the fridge, and now we're just going to make our flat pieces with our attachment, and then we'll start putting our mixture in and creating those raviolis. Look at that. I think out of this recipe I got 31 raviolis. I'm sure I probably could have gotten more, but it was a good first try, and these were delicious. Nice and light and fluffy, and the mixture of the cheese inside was perfect. Okay, so I put the little stamp down so I could kind of see where to put the cheese. And I'm just going to add my cheese, and you can put any mixture in here. You can have a meat ravioli. Just make sure it's cooked inside first, like if you're doing sausage or beef. And then I just mixed it up and set them down, and now I'm going to take some water so that it helps seal them. You can use an egg wash as well at this point. But you want to make sure these raviolis stick together and don't open while you put them in the water, because there's nothing like a busted ravioli, right? So I'm just going to stretch this on, and you can use flat molds. I'm using a cutter, a round one this time, but there's all different ways to make them. There's no right or wrong way. You can even just flip one sheet over on top of itself. A lot less waste. That's what I'm working on, trying to not waste so much dough. Okay, so I did this for each one. I got it out, and even after I put the press down, I used a fork so that I could make sure that it was sealed really well, and they did not open while I was cooking. It was perfect. Okay, look at that. So I've got about 31. I put them in a box with cornmeal under them so they don't stick, and put them in the freezer. Look at that. Perfect. Will you make this?